Have you ever wondered what secrets your mind might be hiding from you? Welcome to the enigma. That is our mind. A complex web of neurons, synapses, and neurotransmitters that not only power our thoughts and actions, but also shape our personalities and our perception of the world. It's a fascinating labyrinth, filled with hidden corners and secret doors that we are only beginning to understand. Our minds, as it turns out, are quite the illusionists. They can conjure images that don't exist, make us hear sounds in complete silence, and even create memories of events that never occurred. Have you ever seen a picture that appeared to be moving when it was actually still? Or perhaps misremembered an event, swearing it happened one way when it really happened another? These are just a few examples of how our minds can trick us, creating an alternate reality that exists only in our heads. These illusions and false memories aren't just random quirks of the mind, though. They serve a purpose. They help us navigate the world, make sense of complex situations, and even protect us from painful truths. But they also have a darker side. They can manipulate our behavior, influence our decisions, and even change the course of our lives. Now, it's not all smoke and mirrors. Our minds have the power to shape our reality in positive ways, too. They can help us overcome challenges, learn new skills, and achieve our goals. But to harness this power, we need to understand how our minds work, how they can deceive us, and how we can use this knowledge to our advantage. It's a fascinating journey, one that will take us deep into the heart of the most complex and mysterious organ in our body. It's a journey that will change the way we see ourselves and the world around us. So, are you ready to explore the enigma that is your mind? Now that we've scratched the surface of the mind's complexity, let's dive deeper into how it can manipulate our behavior. Did you know our minds play games with us every day? Yes, our very own minds have a knack for playing tricks and engaging us in a constant mental tug-of-war. Consider, for instance, self-deception, an intricate mind game we often fall prey to. We convince ourselves of certain truths, not because they're necessarily accurate, but because they're comforting. Let's say you're a serial procrastinator. You tell yourself, "I work better under pressure," when in reality, you're avoiding the discomfort of starting a daunting task. This is your mind's way of making procrastination seem like a strategic choice, rather than an avoidance tactic. Then there's denial, a mind game that's as old as the hills and just as immovable. We use denial as a defense mechanism to avoid confronting painful or uncomfortable truths. Picture this. You're eating junk food every day, yet you tell yourself, "I'm still healthy because I don't feel sick." Your mind is shielding you from the reality that your unhealthy habits could lead to long-term health issues. Rationalization is another common mind game, where we create logical but false reasons for our behaviors. Imagine you've just bought an expensive gadget you don't really need. To ease the guilt, you tell yourself, "I deserve a treat," or "I'll use it for work," when in fact it's just another shiny toy collecting dust on your shelf. These mind games, though seemingly harmless, can significantly influence our behavior, steering us away from our goals and into the realm of self-sabotage. But as we delve deeper into the labyrinth of our minds, it's important to remember that these games are not our enemies. They're simply coping mechanisms, our mind's way of dealing with the complexities of life. So, our minds can play tricks on us. But what if we could use this to our advantage? What if we could harness the power of these mind games to foster positive change and growth? Let's explore that in the next scene. What if I told you that you could use these mind games to your advantage? Now that's a tantalizing proposition, isn't it? Unraveling the power of mind games is like unlocking a secret door to a treasure trove of possibilities. After all, our minds are not just passive receivers of information. They are active interpreters, constantly shaping our realities based on our perceptions, beliefs, and attitudes. And therein lies the power of mind games. By understanding how our minds work, we can harness this power to our advantage. So, how do we do this? One of the most effective strategies is using positive affirmations. These are statements that we repeat to ourselves, which can help to change our negative thinking patterns. For instance, instead of saying, "I can't do this," we say, "I am capable and I can handle this." This simple shift in language can have a profound impact on how we view ourselves and our abilities. Visualization is another powerful tool. It involves creating a mental image of what we want to achieve. Whether it's acing a job interview or finishing a marathon, visualizing our success can make it feel more attainable. It's like giving our minds a roadmap to our goals. Then, there's cognitive restructuring. This might sound like a mouthful, but it's essentially about changing the way we think. It involves identifying and challenging our negative thoughts, and replacing them with more positive or realistic ones. For example, if we constantly think, "I always mess things up," we can reframe this thought to, "I sometimes make mistakes, but I also do many things well." These strategies may seem simple, but they can be incredibly powerful. They allow us to take control of our minds rather than being at the mercy of our thoughts and emotions. They empower us to shape our realities, to overcome obstacles, and to reach our fullest potential. As we've seen, our minds are powerful tools that can help us or hinder us, depending on how we use them. So, let's choose to use them wisely, to play these mind games not just to survive, but to thrive. Now that we've uncovered some of the mind's secrets, let's recap what we've learned. Our minds are not just repositories of thoughts and memories, they're complex playing fields where mind games constantly unfold. These games influence our behavior and decisions in ways we often don't realize. We've delved into the astounding ways our minds bend reality, creating illusions that can lead us astray or help us navigate complex situations. We've also explored the fascinating power of suggestion, a mind game that can be harnessed for self-improvement or manipulation. But perhaps the most intriguing secret we've unveiled is the ability to change the game. With awareness and practice, we can learn to recognize when our minds are playing tricks on us and use these games to our advantage, reshaping our reality and enriching our lives. So the next time you feel like your mind is playing tricks on you, remember that you have the power to change the game. Until next time, keep exploring the hidden corners of your mind.